Okay, I'm here and there are a couple of people on. There are a couple of others that still might come on, and that's a good cue for me to make my phone quiet in the background. Take that one down. And I'll just talk for a few minutes about the breath practice and what we're going to be doing today and why we're doing it. So, hi everyone, my name is NATALIE Zee. I'm from the Blue Lotus Sanctuary in Auckland, New Zealand. And I have about 25 years experience in working with men and sexual energy, couples, and breath work, running workshops, doing sessions, kind of the whole shebang, as well as a bit of Reiki thrown in here and there. So this breath practice, which I just call full breath practice, is something that I've done over the last sort of 10 or 15 years with my partner as we were traveling the world before our relationship ended. So this practice is based on some of the older holotropic style breathwork practices. I think the guy's name, one of the first ones that came out many, many years ago was Leonard Orr, and lots of derivatives of those styles of breathwork have come down through those main systems. And it really is just a practice of pulling, if you like, the mind out of the body through the breath. So our breath is one of the most powerful aspects of our being, but people don't really know that because they're not taught. And people need to look for me. Just a second. I must admit, I'm not particularly up to date with all the technological whizzy things that I should be. So unfortunately, I may have little blips like that happen as I'm going through this. Right, so the breathwork practice is a full complete breath. Now, a lot of different experiences can happen when you're doing it. You might feel tingling in your body, you might feel vibrations in your body, you might feel electrical currents, you might experience what we call tetany, which is where the hands kind of start to tighten up and kind of make funny shapes often. And what is actually happening in that experience is that because we're breathing in a full, complete way, we're concentrating the energy and the breath sort of in our torso, and the arms and legs get a little less energy, less breath, and because the breath is pulled away, we get these tingling sensations. So it's actually quite normal, and it does happen quite often, especially at the beginning. If you haven't done much breath work, it's quite common to have the tetany. Sometimes it can be quite painful depending on what issues people have and how much stuff they've got in their body. So when I say stuff in the body, what I mean is that we hold on to trauma in our cells, and we can access that trauma and unwind it, if you like. And so this practice, this breath work, is one way of doing that. It can be quite difficult to do. Now, in a workshop experience, we would have someone sitting with you, going through the practice and holding space for you and really focusing on you, breathing in their own way, but not as deeply, but really focusing their energy on you and keeping you present. And you might think, oh yeah, that's not really necessary. And that's what I thought in 2015 when we did 8 classes in Brazil, 4 days a week, week after week. Because some of the numbers were out, I would say to the group, no, I'll go in the corner and do my own breath work, Patrick will lead it, and I had great experiences because I can keep myself present. Sometimes when you're beginning this work, it's really easy. Your body just wants to check out, your mind just wants to check out, you can just lose the flow. So that's why we have someone right with you in a class. And so my experience in Brazil at that time was interesting because I did the first several classes doing the breathwork on my own in the corner, and that way I did 2 hours of breathwork. Well, what I also found with that was it kept me awake all night. I was up till 2 in the morning because it was just so concentrated with breath and so energized. And then there came the next workshop, basically, I had to pair up with someone. And I got a really lovely guy who was one of our trainees in that system, trainee teachers, and he sat with me. And what I found was it was far more powerful with someone sitting and holding space for you, because all their energy is focused on you, as well as all your energy being focused on the breath. So this is something that I am recording right now. You guys don't have to come on video there at all. Just having your name up with your video button pressed off is absolutely fine. If you have any trouble during the breath practice and you want my attention, then just come on video and use your unmute, and you can ask a question or make a comment. One of the things about this breath work is it's a matter of just staying with it. So I'll be talking and I'll be guiding you. What I'll do is a little demo shortly so that you can see what I'm talking about and just practice the breath a little yourself. We will be lying down to do this, or you will be lying down to do this. It's quite important that you've got sort of your spine straight and you're flat on the floor. You might need a blankie. Sometimes your body temperature can vary during the session. You might kick the blankie off, but then pull it back on. And it's important to just stay present. So I'll be talking, I'll be bringing you back all the time to the breath. And there's phases, if you like, that we go through. So initially we'll start off with a fuller, complete breath, but we won't go quite as fast. And as we go through the first 10 to 15 minutes, it usually hypes up the breath a little bit. So it does become faster. You'll go through kind of periods or waves, if you like, during the session, sometimes 2 or 3 waves, where you are literally really, really expanded and vibrating and in the breath, and there might be sounds that come through and the body might move and wave, and then it'll settle down and come back to just that complete breath. So yes, you may feel pain in the body even in different areas. Just focus on the area where you feel something uncomfortable and just keep breathing through it. What else can I tell you? There's a point about 45 minutes in where if you have really participated full on and you are at the point that you could be, doesn't always happen in the first session, mind you, there's almost a portal where you can kind of whoosh, go up and go out. And your body stays with the breath, but it's like your consciousness is just not here, it's somewhere else. And we've had reports of people going to all kinds of wonderful places. We've always had them come back. But one of my personal experiences was going off into this weird world that was all run and the population was insectoid. They were like big, giant fucking grasshopper weta things, and they were all prancing around, and I was like communicating with these dudes and we were having a lovely time. And I came back and I thought, well, what the fuck was that? So some people might want to attribute the hallucinogenic stuff that could happen in a breathwork session like this to literally the pineal gland creating things. But I tend to think from the experiences I've had over the last 25 years and also the experiences I've coached other people into or heard other people have had, that the pineal gland is our God gland, our God gene. So the more you clear and work to clear that and open that gland, the more connection you will get to source, whatever that is for you, whether you go visit with Christ, Buddha, or the insectoids, doesn't really matter. Everyone's experience will be different because we're all here holding a different vibration. Okay, the breath. Often breathwork practices, I say in through the nose, out through the mouth. This one is far easier if you just work with the mouth, breathing in and breathing out, breathing in and breathing out. It's a full belly, complete breath that we're going to take. Full breath in, full breath out. No pause at the top or the bottom, nothing like that's going on. We just want the breath in and out. There may even feel like times when your breath just shallows out completely, and what you'll often find is that your mind is checking out. So it is helpful when we're breathing if I can see if your computer or screen can be pointed towards the lower half of your body so that I can see your belly, because that way I can see that you're breathing and I can keep people on track and even use your name to bring you back. Sometimes I'll even clap in a session just to jolt you awake and aware and bring you straight back to that breath. The deeper you breathe, the deeper your experience. This is one you have to do for yourself. I can't do it for you. But it's fucking amazing, okay? The breath work will take you into some really powerful experiences, really interesting unfoldings and awakenings through the body. Remember, one of the sessions I did in Brazil, there was just this huge drop in on the mental level, and it was just click, 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 click. It was like I could see a pattern so clearly, and it just right back. It just unfolded, dissolved, unwound. It was just quite interesting. So if there's no questions, and doesn't look like there is because no one's wanting to look at me. Thank you, darling. I'm happy to do this because even though I had a beautiful sanctuary here and this is part of it, a lot of people just don't want to get out of their fucking lounge rooms or their beds and get in the car. And some of you can't because you're so far away. So I realize, even though I'm an antiquated dinosaur, that the future is online, okay? So we'll be doing more of these, don't worry. And yes, this breathwork is part of my Male Mastery, which is a 12-week program. There's a private group. We do meetings on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. New Zealand time, which could be changed depending on the market of people, etc. So let's do some breathing. I'm going to demo what I want you to do. So I'm going to put down there. So come down onto the floor and get comfortable. You will be more comfortable if you're flat. If you have a little blanket or something to lie on that's a little padded, that's great too. You preferably nothing under the head or neck, and just comfortable. Now, if you do need to put something under your knees because you get uncomfortable that way, my belly, that's fine, but just having the spine nice and straight. So the breath is going to be belly based. We want to pull it in from here. So start breathing. You'll notice I arch my back slightly. So I do a slight arch and flatten on the out breath. Arch on the in breath, flatten on the out breath. Working to your lung capacity. So getting your breath just full and all the way out. All the way in, filling the belly, just relaxing the chest, and then all the way out. Breathing all the way in and all the way out. The reason we start people on the floor is so that they can be as relaxed. Oh, look at you, you've got red carpet too. Awesome. Matching. Is so that you can be as relaxed as possible as you hold and let your body go. There may, as I said, there may be movements, there may be at times that your body wants to do certain things, and part of the unwinding is allowing any movement that wants to come through your body to be there. So breathing, guys, just starting with that breath, full breath in and full breath out, breathing through the mouth. Keeping the in and out breath as equal in length. Using your hand on your belly to start with is great, just so you feel that breath coming in and out. But we don't want the breath to be too long and drawn out. We want it a full breath in, a full breath out, working to your lung capacity. Do it. Want to see those diaphragms moving. Full breath, fill the belly. Good. Equal length. Stay with the breath. If you practice this again at home, what I will do is put up a link with some good music, because there's some really cool music that can take you through it. That really supports the whole process. And if you're not using my music, just put something nice on so that you can actually breathe to something. Breathe. Now, the first 10 minutes are the hardest, I'll give you that much, but you've got to stay present. As Wim Hof would say, fully in, letting go. Fully in and letting go. I'll put my stopwatch on also so that we can get a clear indication of our time. Breathe. Relax your body, relax your jaw. Soften the mouth, even though you're kind of pursing the lips as though you're sucking through a straw. Filling the belly with each breath. Arching the back slightly on the in-breath. Oxygenating the body. That's it, Jeffrey. Definitely got a red theme going on here. 2 red carpets and a red t-shirt. Stay with it, stay present. When I'm doing these sessions on my own, one of the things I often do is I put my thumbnail into my finger. And I just push my thumbnail into my finger. It's kind of a little bit painful, but I just sort of hold that there, and it brings and keeps my awareness present. Now, once you've got that belly flowing all the way out, you can put your hands down by your side so that you're not putting any pressure on the belly. The breath work brings you into the body, out of the mind. Feel it as you really focus on your in-breath moving deep into the belly, following the breath back up and out. Now, we've only been going for about 3.5, 4 minutes. But I can already feel the breath in the body, the slight feeling of lightheadedness. Just notice what you're feeling. Filling the lungs. Emptying. Stay with it. Noticing what you notice. Expanding the rib cage on the in-breath. Relaxing and exhaling completely. Letting go. Letting go on the out-breath. That's it, guys. You're doing great. Stay with it. Imagine you have a dragon in your belly. And right now we're just befriending the dragon, feeling the energy as we breathe, feeling and tuning into what energies are in the belly right now. How does the belly dragon feel? Your belly is the center of your creativity. So we're waking up the lower dragon. Feeling the dragon. Filling the dragon, expanding our life force through the belly. Stay with it. Just notice how your breath is changing. Trying to keep that breath full. Nice full in breath to the count of around 3 or 4. And a nice full out breath. Stay with it. We're at 8 minutes. The first minutes are nearly over. Stay with the breath. Just lick your lips, swallow if you need to. Stay strong. It's only hard at the beginning. It's like you have to breathe. Breathe until the breath breathes you. Staying with it. Staying with the pace that your breath, your lungs are setting. Keeping the even breath on the in and out. If you feel really lightheaded, just make the breath a bit longer. If you're not feeling anything yet, make the breath a bit shorter. This breath will help you stay out of the mind. Staying with your awareness in the body. Thoughts shouldn't be a practice right now. Just keep coming back to the breath. Stay with it. Emptying completely on the out breath. Stay strong. Using our tantric principles of breathing, sound, and movement, making any sound on the out breath is absolutely wonderful, helps the whole process, really helps move the energy. And if your body feels like it wants to move, if you get jerky movements or vibration that you want to shake, you want to do anything, just let that happen. The throat chakra is very connected to the sex chakra. So if you guys want to open more in the sex, then open the throat, make noise, let the sound come out. No one can hear but you. It's safe to make yourself, let yourself express and be heard. Set your own pace. I'm going for 4, in and out. Stay with the breath. Feel what it's doing to you. Notice what's present in your body right now. The tetany may be coming into the hands. You may feel vibrations in the fingers or the toes. Notice also what parts of your body you don't feel anything in. Sometimes a little numbness just creeps into a part of your body. Just be aware of what's going on for you. Breathe. Stay present. We're at the 15-minute mark. You're quarter of the way through. You're doing great. Stay present. Stay with it. Full breath. Notice what you feel. Ah. Ah. Imagine as you're breathing out now that you're pushing the breath down from your belly all the way into the legs and feet. Filling the belly on the in-breath and pushing that breath down the legs. Even making a sound on the out breath. Let your voice be heard, even if it's just the sound of the breath. Stay with the breath. Feel your belly. We're nearly at the 20-minute mark. Notice what's happening for you. If you're getting a little bit disjointed or out of sync, bring it back to the breath. Stay present. My hands are tingling. Notice what's happening in your hands. Breathe. Fill the belly. Ah. 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 Still pushing that breath down into the legs. Slightly deeper breath, Jeffrey. Ah. 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 Stay strong. Ah, you can do it. Ah, if you feel like it's difficult or getting hard, as you breathe out in your mind, just say yes. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Strengthening. Saying yes powerfully strengthens your energetic body. Breathe. Ah. Ah, yes. Ah. Ah, deepen the breath. We're getting to that point where the breath can start to move you. If it's feeling hard, just stay with it. Stay strong. Ah. 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 Feel that little arch in your back as you breathe. Allowing more oxygen. Exhaling deeper. Stay with it. You're doing great. Breathe. Breathe. Full in breath. Oh, relaxing the mouth and letting any sounds just come out. Stay with it. Deep in the breath. Notice if you feel any tingling. Might be up in your face by now, around the jaw and the eyes. Feel your hands. How do they feel? Stay with the breath. Amplify the breath. Notice your own energy and where you're at. Deep in the breath. Take that breath in fully. Nearly at the 25-minute mark. Stay strong. I'm just putting on some music in the background, seeing if it's working when I play back the recording. Breathe. If you feel like you're drifting off, come back to the breath. Amplify the breath. Make it, speed it up for a couple of minutes. That's it, Clinton. Stay with it. Stay present. Feel your body. The faster your breath, the more quickly you'll notice the tingling sensations and the vibrations. Nearly at the 30-minute mark. You're doing amazing. Stay present. If you're feeling that strange sensation in your hands, just breathe through it. Putting some sound into the out breath. Again, pushing that breath down your body, noticing where you don't feel it. Push the breath down into your legs. Now, sometimes you'll feel like a wave that wants to come through and your body literally moves in a wave shape. Imagine your spine kind of like waving backwards and forwards. Just let the energy move you. Stay present. Good. Stay with it. Stay strong. There are points where it just feels hard work. It's okay. It's only because you haven't breathed like this, probably for a long time. You're opening the diaphragm. There may even be little bits that feel like they're sticking. Just stay with the breath. You'll move through those little adhesions and contractions when your body's ready to open that little bit more. Give yourself permission to make sounds. Listen to your body. Speed up breath. If you need, bring in more feeling. Slow the breath down if you're feeling overwhelmed. Listen to your body. Feeling into that belly. How does it need to breathe now? Checking your body for vibrations and energetic sensations. The next 15 minutes are really important. Breathe as fully as you can, moving the body and making noise for the next 15 minutes, and then we'll get to that place where we could check out, use the portal, exit stage left, and go somewhere fun. Keep expanding, even if the breath feels completely full. Breathe a little bit more deeply. Stay with it. Breathe. Stay in your body, no checking out. The breath keeps you present. Breathe. Feel the body. Stay with it, guys. You're doing great. Another 10 minutes. Feeling vibrations all through my body, and I'm even moving around. So if you guys are breathing deep, breathe it in. You should be feeling pretty good by now. This is a very energizing breath. I hope it's not nighttime for you. Sounds on the out breath. Speed it up if you want to bring more vibration and more energy into the body, even a few minutes. Ah. 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 3 more minutes of strong, powerful, deep, full breath. Ah. Oh, if you haven't made any noise up until now, guys, I really recommend opening the mouth wide on the out breath. Pushing that sound out. Imagine you're pulling the sound up from the belly. Pulling it up. Letting the body shake if you want to. Stay with the breath. Feel your body. Notice what's happening in your body. Stay with it. Now at this point, you're welcome to start softening the breath. You can stay with it for the next 10 minutes, or you can start to lengthen and soften the breath just a little, but stay present, stay in your body. Feel what's in your body, what you notice. Just let the breath be fuller and longer. I'm just going to put a 5-minute track on for you to relax to. Just let your body go, soften, no more control of the breath. Just relax and integrate for 5 minutes. Just trying to do that a little bit more delicately. Ooh, feel your body, feel where it's at. Take a big, deep breath. Notice what's going on. Just give your fingers and toes a wriggle. Now, I am still recording, and if you wish to come on and just kind of give me a little idea of how you're feeling and what you experienced, I'd appreciate that. But if you specifically would like me to stop recording before you do that, let me know. Hey, Jeffrey, welcome back.
Thank you. That was amazing. That was my first ever breathwork session, and yeah, my whole body was tingly. I can feel my ears have opened up a bit. I guess my senses have been more active. So yeah, that's amazing.
Where did you feel the tingling? You had some stuff going on in your hands?
Fingertips, all the way to my face, even to my foot. Yeah.
Sometimes people don't get it all the way down into the feet, so good work.
Thanks.
And yes, you will feel kind of lighter and more expanded as you go about your day or your night. Colors even can seem different, and just how your energy is, how much more energy you've got. Cool, thank you. And Clinton, do you want to unmute and let us know how you found that? You might have to just click your unmute thingy. You've got your mute on. That's it.
Oh, is that it? I found it quite challenging in the first probably 10 minutes, but then sort of along the way I sort of started expanding. Like I started going deeper into my breathing, and I felt like I was sort of drifting off, sort of getting sleepy. And then it's good having you there as well too, to sort of bring me back to the breath.
Yeah, it's one of our ways of checking out,
Yeah, and I just felt a lot of uncomfortableness, and that may be due to because I do a lot of Reiki training and all of that as well too. Maybe I hold a lot of stress in that. But I felt like I was sort of lightening up, and it seemed like a long time.
Yeah, that's when you first start, and when you're struggling with it, sometimes it feels really hard, and it's like your body's doing this thing because it's got its own ways of doing, breathing, and like you say, you do weights and all that, so you probably have certain ways of breathing, and you even could have probably contracted, because the weightlifting, I used to do it myself, has a lot of that holding and contracting. So as you open and expand through the diaphragm, you'll find more of that just becoming more comfortable and easier to do. But it can be a real challenge for some people at the beginning, I know, and I struggle with it too. But it's worth looking at all kinds of different breath practices is a worthwhile pursuit because they can bring so much to our body, and we need to be oxygenated. We do need to be moving around with more oxygen in our body, and we often shut on that breath.
Yeah.
Cool. Awesome,
Cool.
guys. Well, thank you very much.
Yeah, thank you.
Can I ask you where you are? What part of the world?
Me? Oh, I'm in Wellington, New Zealand.
And Jeffrey?
I'm in Melbourne, Australia.
Hey, I just wondered who I was attracting, because I've got a guy in my program who's in the States as well. He didn't seem
cool.
Okay, well, you'll probably see more of me online, and I'll be doing more of these, and invite you guys next time.
Thanks, Natalie.
Thanks so much.
Natalie.
Bye.
Bye.